And once he's close enough, he will attack. Okay, Wednesday 20th of December. It is officially the first day of my Christmas break. Let's get some work done on the game. Using the additional time because I'm off work, I decided I'd tackle something that I've been putting off for a while now. I decided I'd build NPCs. While most of our NPC logic can be copied from our existing player controller, the one key difference is that the server will have to select where the NPC walks to. After a few modifications to our existing stats system, it became possible to load in our NPCs from YAML files. This means we can create new NPCs incredibly quickly without having to create a bunch of boilerplate code for each one. So if we load up the game, we can see that there's another player walking around, except that's not another player. That is our NPC, that is Dave. The next step is to add some form of interaction to the NPCs. Now, given that we're going to have to add combat eventually anyway, now seems as good a time as any. To do that, however, we will need an attack animation, hence why I currently have Blender open. Here we can see that the attack animation has been loaded in, but it is currently playing in place of the idle one. After fixing that, we need to add the ability to attack to our networking protocol. Then I did some refactoring to change how we handle entity actions so that we can add attacks and then other actions in the future as well. Then we need to make sure that the client can interpret those attack commands and display the attack animation that we've just created. Okay, so it did take a little bit of messing around, but we have actually added the ability to hit NPCs. So if we right click and click attack, then we do our punch animation, and it does actually do some damage to the NPC. We don't yet have any concept of death or any way to show that the enemy has taken damage, but that data is being sent from the server, so we should be able to update it. To improve on this, we'll make the NPC attack back when they've been attacked, and then we will also make sure that if a player or NPC's health hits 0, they will drop all their items and despawn. As we can see here, the player has very minimal health, they've entered combat, they've lost, and they've dropped all their items when they've died. To make this feel better, we're going to need some audio, and to stick with my theme that I set out in devlog 1, we're going to do it all ourselves, so time to buy FL Studio. And within FL Studio, we can layer a few samples, add a few different keys, and create ourselves a punch sound. Something like that. It's not particularly complicated, but it'll do for now. To get that sound playing in Engine, we first need to save our WAV sound effect to our client assets folder. We then need to create a new plugin for our audio, which will contain a function to actually play the sound. This function will read any network events that contain an attack and then spawn the sound effect on the entity that is actually attacking. We will use this setting here to remove the sound once it's played fully, and then we can do it as many times as there are attacks. Loading up the game, we can see everything that we've done this week. So firstly, we have our NPC Dave walking around. If we walk on over to him and right click him, we can attack him. And upon attacking the NPC, the player will navigate towards him, and once he's close enough, he will attack. That attack will play our sound effect slightly too loud, but we'll clear that up later. Once an NPC or a player dies, they will despawn, like so. They will then respawn wherever their spawn point is as defined in their config. Okay, so I'm just doing the edit for the devlog, and I realized I hadn't covered how health is decided, so I'm just gonna record an extra bit and put it in here about how that works. In our last devlog, we created a system for generating the amount of XP needed for each stat to get from level 0 to level 99. Now, the way hit points are generated is we take their heart level, their body level, and their soul level. We add their heart level to 60% of their body level and 40% of their soul level, and then we divide that total amount by 2. What this means is that if your heart, body, and soul level are all 99, then you will have 99 hit points. But because this is implemented in a trait, we can also override it if we need to for a specific boss or character. So I think you'll agree with me that we got a lot done this week. We got NPCs added, we added the ability to fight them, we added health, we added a respawn mechanic, all things that are going to make this into a fully fledged game. Now, there's still a lot to do, so if you would like to keep up to date with my progress, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you have any questions, leave them in a comment down below. It means more to me than you realize. This is my last devlog before Christmas, so I hope you all have a wonderful Christmas period, and I will see you in the next devlog.